cruel que la passion. N'éprouvant aucune compassion. En amour, je joue pour gagner. Au peur dans leurs yeux pour pleurer.
Well, hello everyone. Ooh, that's a bit jumpy, but that's okay. We're still live for this FACEIT Masters Season 4 playoffs, where we're going to keep on following EREUS. And tonight they'll be facing SR Peak Check in the lower bracket of the playoffs. And as per usual, I'll be alone commenting this. I'll be accompanied by my good friend Opera. Hello, Opera. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thanks. This is an elimination game, and so the stakes are high for both teams. They both lost their first game of the playoff, and now they're facing elimination. And the winner, of course, goes on. EREUS versus SR Peak Check. They played each other a few weeks back, and SR Peak Check won 3-0. If I remember
3-1? No?
3-1
Really?
maybe?
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but SR Peak Check won, nevertheless.
Yeah. That's probably the one thing that matters right now. And yeah.
So EREUS, they need to die hard with a vengeance, I guess. and
Nice.
and try to take revenge and go on into the
I mean,
lower that's a lower bracket.
yeah, that's the lower bracket. So basically, winning this match gives them access to round 2 of that lower bracket, and then, well, they'll still be facing elimination just against a team that would maybe, well, that will be the victor of TA versus Quick, if I'm not mistaken. So tall order, if anything.
Yeah, because EREUS lost 3-0 against TA in the first round, and SR Peak Check they lost 3-0 against Quickie Sports in the first one as well.
I mean,
So
yeah,
that's and so no, they would face the loser of Frostels versus 0907.
And apparently, so we're getting ready in the lobby. I'm not sure we still, well, we do have access to it though, because that was a bit fuzzy. It's good apparently. So we will be hopping into game momentarily, and the first map will be Nepal.
So the lineups, as per usual, EREUS will be Jesper Swag, Sleek, Lars, Textol, and Pingu or Volta, depending on the maps and the peaks. And they will be facing SRP Check, and we will introduce to them.
There's at least one name that probably everyone knows. We haven't covered them much, but LH Cloudy will be lined up for this game tonight, and he'll be accompanied by Dand, SXJ, EGS, LP13, and with subs we will have, well, when it comes to subs, we'll have Fake Jake as a DPS and Mickey as a support. The bans for the first map are in, I think. We'll have May and Lucio. May for EREUS, Lucio for SRP Check.
SR Peak Check banning Volsa's Lucio. So maybe knowing that Pingu will take the first map. I don't know if they have to pick the lineup before the bans or after. But yeah, Volsa being a Lucio specialist, if they can, they will swap Pingu in, I guess.
Well, Pingu was in the main lineup, so I guess that anyhow it was kind of the plan, but we'll see. But yeah, Pingu more of a brig specialist, so I guess that we'll see maybe a bit like a different support lineup a bit than usual.
He's a bit more versatile. He can play brig, of course, but he also plays a Min Juno.
That's right.
We'll see. Game will start momentarily. So you said it. I think we're going to Nepal, and we will start on the village. Pingu is in on the blue side, on your left, EREUS. On the red side, in the right corner, SR Peak Check with the infamous Elite Cludy, who played in the Overwatch League a few years back. So a serious tank player on the SRP side.
Not an insta-pick Rhine. I'm almost surprised, but I haven't seen him play lately.
Well, things may have changed.
I guess
in the last 2 years for Excluded. Maybe he learned to play more than one hero, and indeed he did, because he will be playing the Orisa at the spawn doors open. We'll see Jesper Swag on the Farah on this first map. And
a classic for Village, I would say, but not necessarily classic for EREUS. And Cloudy has swapped back. There we go.
Ace Cloudy on his infamous pick Reinhardt. They're grouping up, waiting for the Symmetra TP. Jesper Swag scouts, but doesn't see anyone.
There's an axe.
For the next TP.
There's an axe popping out of the wall. There we go.
So another TP right to the spawn for SR Peak Check. The Symmetra turrets are in place, and they were waiting for the point to unlock, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
In the shadows.
Double TP so that they don't expose themselves typically to the Pharah. Very, very nicely done indeed. And last, who will have to contend with an Edge Cloudy as Rhine. It's not necessarily something that you want, but this is definitely an interesting challenge.
Well, they will try, but he won't be able to just power his way through the shield of Elite Cloudy. So Lars will have to play smart, and smart play he did, finding the kills on his tank counterparts. 34% first cap for SRP check, and EREUS is on the board.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting first cap because there was basically no contest and they were able to hold it for 34%. That's 34% basically without firing a shot. That's very good for SRP check. And we're going to still keep on playing TP. There we go, already taking position on the point. There is a slim, like something that looks like a pincer for EREUS. Very nice barrage, although very well protected also from EGS. There we go. The Matrix gets in now, and we should be able to push this back. Well, I'm not sure. The point has been flipped, though. So EREUS is really the team that needs to make something happen there.
They're on the point right now and cleaning up as we speak. Slick finding the double kill on LHKD and LP. That will be a flip. 59% for SRP check, 30 and counting for EREUS. Jesper Swag with the nice barrage, finding the angle, but nice immortality pod from EGS, as you mentioned. The Bob is ready, the Kitsune as well. The Orbital will be in online soon. On the SRP side of things, we have the High Noon and the wall from Symmetra. Nice teleport again. The wall in place across the point. And the Bob will have trouble. The Bob from Stick will have some trouble finding an angle. Nice peek from the TP.
Oh, God, that's not that often. Did you see that? Okay.
I cannot find a target. And we'll have to reset. But in the meantime, SRP check, they took the point back. And now they're trying to find the kill. Nice bubble. The Orbital comes in. But and Lars find the pick on Alex Cloudy with the help of the extra damage from the Juno ult.
Oh yeah, Cloudy maybe a bit again. Yeah. I mean, the point is flipped again, and the delta between the two percentages is definitely closing. So I guess they're gonna go back at it for SRP check. We've seen that the same TP twice. I guess that now, a little mix-up. This time we're getting immediately on top of the point for SRP check, and we're gonna try and apply as much pressure as we can.
Indeed, they will try, but there is the Graviton Surge ready with the barrage. That's one of the oldest combos in the book, and probably EREUS will try to find an angle to use it. Edge got the yellow on the point. We started overtime. Here is the Graviton Surge. Nice.
Oh, there you go.
And Cloudy, nice shatter, but it won't be enough. They will not touch the point SRP check, that is, and the first point goes to EREUS.
I was like almost certain that the grab would need to be would be basically needed to just counter a push. In the end, it was just to say, I don't remember who was caught in it. I think it was LP, but I'm not sure. And it was like, no, you're not getting back on point. We're at 99%. You're not getting back on point. Very interestingly defended from EREUS. SRP check. That definitely looks like they're like playing around with the mobility that the TP gives. That's not something that you see very often. Very interesting.
Indeed,
and they're sticking to it.
They're playing really around the TP. Dane Double D really mastering the art of teleports. And nice
there
one found again. They're in the back lane of EREUS, applying pressure, but they're closed themselves in. So Jesper inverted
yes.
the position and finding nice. Oh, nice TP to move it. Yeah, really, really great TP control from the Symmetra. But yes, Swag finds his counter on FXG. And
Oh,
even
Cloudy.
though
Yeah.
SRP check got the first point, they're outnumbered. He's charged from HQD trying to find Lars, forcing him to move and stop contesting for now. They're still getting more and more cap percentage, but they will have to retreat, I guess.
Yeah,
No?
yeah. That's a huge fight again. Like it's a 25% 25% fight basically, because like EREUS didn't quite let up, but in the end they weren't able to crack to crack that defense.
I was certain they will manage to find some way to get the fight, having the numbers advantage, but they didn't manage to do it. Careful, Lars, very low. Bubble keeps him alive for now. SXJ finding the angle, but now he has to retreat because of the bub. Lars pressuring the Cassidy and the Juno, finding both kills with Texel. LH2D falls, and EREUS will flip the point, but 63% have been capped by SRP check. Really huge win for them.
Huge win, indeed. Although, yeah, I mean the ults used by EREUS here with the Bob on point and the rest of the team basically chasing down stragglers. Really well done. Really gave them the upper hand. So hopefully this will continue. But when I say that, everyone from SRP check TPs on point and uses a shield, which, well, Symmetra shield, which means that it's a bit complicated for EREUS to just like stand there, and it's already recapped. Point has been flipped again. 75% and counting. That is going to be very difficult. Very tough nut to crack. There we go.
Kitsune. The Kitsune from Texel, the grab, but there's the high news.
Oh, yes!
Yes, Swag's barrage finding FXJ and then LH2D fall. EREUS have to contest the point, but there will be no more defense. The team kill is there for EREUS, and even though they had to invest 3 ults, they took back control of the point, and that's the most important thing. 2 ults used by SRP check, the High Noon and Elpis, the Orbital, trying to sustain his team in the grab, but didn't manage to do it.
Coming. There we
nice
go.
TP on point.
And the Matrix with the corridor, which makes it a bit more difficult to just tackle this. But fear not, the Laws is here. He smelled blood, and he wants some piece of the action. There we go.
Very nice move from Lars, bubbling into the Matrix.
Oh! And I think that Lars's router, like, it was probably a bit too much. We'll see.
Very nice move from Lars. Yeah, going through the Matrix with the bubble and finding the kills inside. Yes, Swag disconnects from disconnected from the game apparently. So you spoke ill of Lars' router, but this time it's not it.
Well, I guess it happens. And funnily enough, we're talking about like the 2 players in EREUS who likely have the most synergy, or at least the one that is most visible. Because more often than not, like you see Lars and Jesper basically being a duo, mostly with Zarya and Venture rather than Farah. But still, coincidence? I think not.
And we're back in the game. Texel finding the kill on Alex Cloudy with Lars, and 70% and counting for EREUS, but they do not have an ult to account for. Maybe the Bob will be
a nice chatter, maybe.
TP once more, but they got back. SRP check, that is, they went back. Faking the teleport this time. Shield is almost down for LH30, and Dame
Lars has been isolated.
again. Nice shatter from LHC, just waiting for the bubble to time out. The Bob on the point will contest as long as it can. We're in overtime once again. And for the half, he has to charge the Bob out. Nice move from the Reynolds. Slick still finding the angle. Nice dynamite.
And the point has been
And
flipped,
Lars-
so we need to
Lars
scramble.
is back.
Oh, very nice wall again, cutting the point in half. Oh, that's a very nice grab. Maybe we can make something out of it. Yes, we can. Pingu, Lars, and Sleek taking picks left and right, and what that means is first point, EREUS.
That's first map, EREUS.
Yeah,
Indeed.
first point in this match, but yeah.
They got the first mini map, not got the second one. Very close, both very close. Nice choreography from Sleek and Pingu getting the Le Seraphim victory choreography. Nice from Sleek.
Ooh,
The
Sleek threading the
patience.
needle. Yeah.
Patience and the aim from the Ash for EREUS. And that's 1-0. EREUS. I think it's first to 3, right? First to 2.
First to 3.
First to 3, indeed.
And yeah.
At best
But
of
strong start for EREUS. They're basically already like shouting loud and clear that they're not here to just play second fiddle. Interesting.
They're here to stay and win this game. They will not be eliminated that easily. So yeah, the first map was really close. A bit of gimmicky play maybe from Shoppy Check with the teleports that finally didn't pay off that much. Even though they managed to find some nice angles, but the pressure from Jesper's Farah and Sleek's Ash was too much for Renault's shield, and then couldn't really snowball off the angle they found.
I guess at the very beginning when we saw the first TPs on especially Village, SRP Check really made it look very easy because they were able like even to get the first cap on Village without basically fighting for it. And the more it went on, the more I feel that EREUS like caught on this and how they wanted to do their plays, which in the end gave them a bit of an advantage. Like especially like when you consider the last TP or the second to last, where you really had like the EREUS team just moving away from the potential TP positions. So that basically they spent, I don't know, like a solid 30 seconds just kiting SRP Check.
Indeed, and we're going to have an Cuba for the second map. EREUS banning LH Claudius Reinhardt and SRP Check banning Jesper's Farah.
I'm not sure about the FACEIT interface, but I'm still stuck at the. Oh no, that has updated. So Havana and interestingly, yeah, EREUS doesn't want Cloudy to play Rhine. What a surprise!
Well, they managed to play around it on the first map, so maybe they could have on the second as well. But they chose not to, and it will be a Ramatra duel on this second map. Lars and Els Claude going for the Ramatra. Yes, it's almost mirror comp, except for Slick's Ash against SXJ May and EGS.
Oh, that's a very nice
swapping
dynamite.
the Anna for the Kiriko. To cancel the burn, I guess, from the Ash.
Okay, so we're getting into the thick of it. There we go. Dund is already up in the rafters to get just Sleek, and he does, which means that there's no like topside pressure now to worry about. At least very much less so. And SRP Check should be able to gain some precious meters at this point. There we go. LH Cloudy pursuing Pingo, but I don't think that's going to last. No, it doesn't. And we're already, oh yeah, downed, trying to, yeah, basically looking for a flank. That's not gonna happen though. Apparently, he made a little bit of noise at some point.
Is denying the top position for Sleek. Doesn't want the Ash to take position on top above the point. But Sleek finally finds the position. Edge Cloudy chasing Pingu. Pingu falls. But the fight is around the payload, and SXJ is really low. He doesn't have his ice block anymore. The Kitsune from EGS helping a bit, but yes, Percy Sleek finds the kill. Yeah, yes, Sleek, he has the position, is rushing forward.
Oh, there we go. Oh, nice.
Cloudy, and that's the reset for SRP check. SXJ swapping the Mei for the Cassidy once again. And the first ults are online. Annihilation for LH Cloudy, the Matrix, and the Excavation ready for EREUS. We'll see how it plays out. And the fight is going on. The Matrix on the top. Nice move from Dane, denying the position on top with the Matrix. The Annihilation.
Oh, Lars is the low. Very decisive.
And the Orbital finding the kills for SRP check. Nice move for the attacking team. They will be able to cap this first point.
Yeah, I mean they really did most of the work on their first, let's say, push phase, because there were at least a couple. So yeah, like very well done by SRP check. Now, well, EREUS really tried to contain this, but this was definitely not easy. Apparently, yeah, Dan is looking for a cheeky play with an excavation, or maybe just a kill. Oh, missed a few shots.
The position,
yeah,
from Texel. Doesn't want him to get into a position where he can comfortably heal his teammate. The Annihilation from LH Cloudy trying to find the kill once more, but he has to retreat under the pressure. And now Lars is in a lot of trouble. Jesper finding the kill, but he dove really deep. And Texel in the support duel, breaking even, I guess.
I guess, yeah. And I mean, at some point, as ML7 would say, it's called support, not healer.
Indeed. AGS trying to find an angle for his Kitsune, but Jesper's drilling him out of the stairs position. Pixel using his jump to get on the top, click on the Sojourn on top of the cylinders. I don't know the word
tanks?
For on tanks. Pretty easy. And denying Ilpi. And no.
Excavation. Immediately shut down by Eggs. Very nicely done. Basically just got like smitten immediately. Poor Jesper. And there we go. The Annihilation maybe a bit in favor of Lars, although he's very low. SXJ looking for the finishing blow, but it won't happen as Lars dispatches him.
Excel really on top of things. Healing his tank through the Annihilation. Literally on top of things, indeed. Finding the kill on SGS and allowing Lars to find this double kill once more. The EREUS stabilizes their defense. 1.5 minutes left on time bank for SRP check, and they're going through the stairs to fight on this high ground.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to leave the high ground to the defending team. Oh, Texel is so low. There we go. Very nicely played from SXJ, who will basically accompany cards, because at this point they're in a bit of a pinch when it comes to time.
Indeed, and the position is for them. They have the advantage of the position. Lars has to go contest LH Cloudy with the Annihilation in the corridor. Texel will find the kill, but it will be the only one for EREUS, and the point will be capped by SRP check. 2 minutes left for this last part. 2 minutes to take the fort and 2 minutes to hold the fort, I guess.
To hold the fort, yes.
For Iris, literally.
Cloudy has just swapped to Zarya, which makes me think of a duo. I don't know why. Considering there's a venture not far off. Oh yeah, Lars is going to take a lot of pressure. I guess that the Matrix will help with that. And yeah, we're gonna stop SRP check in its tracks for the moment, for the time being. Sleek with a very good position. Maybe we can get a cheeky railgun off. We'll see. But we're trying to hold very close to spawn for on EREUS part.
Indeed, the defense is really deep, and Lars has to go for the annihilation. Sleek for the overclock, but no kills found just yet for the defending team. Nice discipline from SRP check, hiding from both the annihilation and the overclock, and now they're on the offensive side. I think Lars falls under LH. Cloud is real, and Jesper will try to find as many damage as he can with his own.
Oh,
nice move! Nice move from Jesper Squad, finding double kill in the back lane that he will fall eventually.
They said die on card. They didn't say you couldn't take 3 people with you.
Indeed. Sleek swap Sojourn for the Ash once more, and now the orbital from Pingu. The High Noon will not have time to connect for FXJ, but in the meantime, all the kills are on the SRP check side of things, and they're entering the last door.
I mean, that's the worst. Like,
yeah, that's over
to go through.
No, they only have a Matrix and a Dream. That is the Kitsune and the excavation from then, trying to find kills. But right now,
but it's XJ. Oh, Sleek attacks all that falls so fast. Yeah, that's not how they planned it. I'm sure that is very difficult. EREUS got first pick, but they didn't really have the position, and I think that it kind of boils down to this a bit for this last fight.
Yeah,
like they were basically scrambling to just get out of spawn, and yeah, they were kind of caught by SRP check during the rotation.
Indeed, Lars couldn't really find his way to the point, so Jespers and Pingu had to contest as much as they could, but yeah, that's not really the heroes you want to for contesting. Venture can hide for a bit, I guess, but Juno is not really a hero you want on the ground. So,
I mean, 2v5 anyway. Unless like the 5 really mess up big time. Yeah, no, not gonna happen, mate.
Not gonna happen. The 3 points capped by SRP check. They went all the way, even though it was in overtime. They still got the almighty 3rd point, the most important one. And now they will be the one defending the Don Robotical Distillery, and they're going for the really aggressive defense on the Havana. Whoa, nice wall to help.
Okay, so we're this aggressive. It's not like maybe we're right at the corner, maybe we're not. It's just no, in your face immediately.
In your face and on your high ground. That's what SRP check decided to do, and they're defending the spawn doors. Lars finding its way. Jesper swapped on the Symmetra, trying to use the teleport to his advantage, and it works for now. Nice angle from behind the counter kill. Jesper found one on Dan, but that's pretty much all she wrote for this EREUS first push. They're making the swaps. They need to find the kills, because that's the most important thing when you attack. They will die on cart anyway, so you better get fast. Nice. Finding the support stick, and Jesper's doing the job.
There we go.
FXJ falls soon after. And finally, a minute gone on the time bank, but the payload is moving, and that's most important.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, good thing that Texel like swapped very quickly to Honor, because those nades definitely help. And we're back onto a TP strategy. Nice nade, if I remember correctly. And there we go, starting to do work on Slig's part, but no elimination so far. Oh, and down he goes. All SRP checks, all the SRP checks over there just wailed onto Slig.
Indeed, and it fell really quickly. Now the Winston is in play for LH Cloudy, and
And they're back to spawn.
they're back at the spawn door, preventing any funny business, I guess, from the EREUS side. Yes, we're trying to find his way around. SXJ, the Blizzard is online, ready to get cast on this payload if need be. The orbital
Orbital down to help.
Clicks. I didn't find any target, and now really aggressive defense and effective one for SRP check. Once again, sending Jesper back to spawn. No, he didn't want to commit that much.
Yeah, he just walked him back to spawn, and that was it. There was nothing more.
You have to walk the children back to spawn, I guess, if you're the opposing tank.
A grab, maybe we can do something with it. Maybe not in the middle of the Kitsune though, so we'll probably wait a bit. Oh, that blizzard definitely helps. And we're still holding on the SRP check side of things.
Lars and Jesper finding the kill, though takes
there we go.
Cloudy. And finally, with less than a minute remaining, find the team kill. And we'll be able to have a last fight.
Yeah,
for
I guess.
The point, they still have their graviton surge and the excavation. On the other side, there is a shield, but not really that effective. There it goes. The primal is online for HWD as well. Last trying to find.
Oh no! Oh, that
really
grab!
nice.
In the end, they got the sim, but it was maybe all for naught. There we go. LH Cloudy primaling as he should. We do. Well, there are still a few areas that can do work, and there we go. Pingu and Jesper Swag making the last two limbs that they needed to validate that first point. By the skin of their teeth, though. 2 minutes 24.
Yeah, there were 2 seconds left on the stopwatch as they captured this last first point. Sorry. And yes, we're finding nice skill on EGS that will allow EREUS to move a bit freely. But SRP check, they're dying on the point and they're defending the payload.
Yeah.
Quite literally, they inverted the position and now they're challenging EREUS basically to come and get them on the payload.
And yeah, and I mean, it works. It works fantastically. That little orbital definitely gave them the oomph that they needed to just power through everything. But Lars and Slick haven't quite said their last words, and are already pummeling that team. Oh, Eggs again, getting caught. But like, yeah, look, the payload is basically EREUS at this point. Where do we stand macro side? We do have a Bob and a Nano for EREUS. Not much besides the Blizzard and the Kitsune that will happen, but are not quite there yet for SRP Tech. It's a very good defense though for EREUS.
EREUS finding the kill.
Whatever. They also reverted positions.
That the SRP check way of things, I guess. They want you to challenge them on the payload, eating as much as they can from the time bank, and creating the opportunity to defend on the last point, where the time bank will be really important, and the
Oh, okay.
overtime will not be forgiving. The Blizzard, though, on the point with 30 seconds left.
Okay. We have Blizzard. We have the Sim Wall also. Primal has been used by Cloudy, but we're already very low. Basically walking on thin ice. I know there's a May, but still. Lars sadly being the only one left besides Sleek, but I don't think he will be able to reach the point quite. Okay, Jesper actually keeping the point alive, but the relay is going to be complicated, and there we go.
A bit late from the Tracer from Jasper. And SRP check wins the map of Habana. That will be 1-all. And a Juno player of the game. That's quite the occasion. Nice orbital, finding its counterpart, and then riding it to the end. Maybe a last pick. Yeah, that's a nice player of the game from Ilpi.
Indeed. Yeah, very nice.
So 1-all.
Mhm.
Really nice defensive strategy from SRP Czechry, playing on the macro side of things, trying to cut as much time as they could on every occasion they had. Every fight, they choose to have it on the payload. At the defensive side, they can choose where they want to fight, and their choice was always payload, until the time bank was really thin and the blizzards cut through the last of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're it's a bit of the same as we've seen on the poll, really, where they do like their aggro plays. They want to control the flow of the game as much as possible, and usually being very aggro and surviving it definitely like lets you dictate everything that happens. And yeah, definitely a very nice showcase of that.
Indeed, Overwatch is a game that favors the aggression, and the aggressive side almost always has the edge on the fight. And SRP Czech are really using that to their advantage on this map, and that worked really well. The venture from Danes really helped as well. Really wreaking havoc on the EREUS backside. They couldn't really have a fight where they weren't caught between the Winston and the Venture. So really nice play from Edge, Cloudy, and Dan.
Oh yes, indeed. I mean, we weren't really expecting less, but still, that's always very nice to see. Next map is going to be Colosseo, if the interface of the FACEIT is right, I think it is, and we're currently doing bans. Very, I'm kind of curious because I'm like low key wondering if we'll see Lars and Jesper doing the old Zarya Venture Tango, or if they're just gonna do something completely different tonight because I don't know, because they're specifically prepared for SRP check or something.
Well, I guess it will depend on the bans as well. We saw May getting banned. We saw Lucio getting banned. On the second map, it was Rain and Farah. So yeah, we'll see which hero get banned on this push map, but maybe we can expect Zarya to be banned for Lars. And we'll see how EREUS will answer. I'm not sure really what they can. Maybe the Cassidy from SXG would be a nice ban.
Maybe, yeah. That could definitely be something. I'm not sure. I'm not SR. I'm not sure. That the SRP check will be really playing bans targeting EREUS players specifically, but maybe they will. because so far, well, uh, the score is probably still okay for them, and maybe they're fooling around a bit, like playing with TPs and such. But since I haven't seen them during the season, maybe that's something that they ran the whole season, and I'm just completely oblivious of it.
Oh,
But
maybe,
yeah,
and we're speculating on
oh
the
yeah, very much so.
on the bands targeting players. But if you uh, take the map
Hmm.
perspective,
Yeah.
they banned Lucio on the control map, and
Hmm.
they banned Farah on a very open map. So
Hmm.
that may be just map-oriented bans.
Yeah, yeah. To allow them to play whatever they want, basically. Um.
Yeah, just banning the hero that counter their style of play on
Mhm.
said maps. So,
Mhm.
what could they ban on Colosseo? If we take that perspective, maybe a tracer could be a pain. But do you want to? Do you really want to ban the tracer? That's not high impact.
Well, it can be. It really depends who's behind the tracer, but
Yeah, but
maybe more like a. Well, even though you're like considering most teams are playing are playing her, you would be basically shooting yourself in the foot with a big old railgun. But Sojourn would be something that if you're afraid of Sleek Sojourn, for example, that's a perfectly fine ban. But no, we're going
and
to go for something more sensible.
they are more afraid of Slick's Ash than Sojourn, and indeed, the pick worked really well for EREUS,
Mm,
whether a bit on Nepal or then Havana.
mm.
Huge damage done by the Sojourn, but EREUS's ban makes me wonder, why do you ban
Ilari?
Ilari? Probably they probably skirted something from SRP check previous matches, but
I mean,
uh, that's not a ban you see that often.
considering SRP check looks well, it looks like they want to play very aggressive, very in your face, and always like kind of be in the neighborhood and decide when fights happen, whether or not they're attacking or defending, doesn't matter. Maybe like considering how like especially the first half of Colosseo is made, maybe that like the using Galara's pylon is actually something that allows them to be a bit more aggressive, and with the pylon always kind of safe and sound, because they're the ones that are going to lead the attack anyway, and there are so many like nooks and crannies around that first point that well at first section rather, that maybe it's the most viable option. I don't know. Anyhow, we won't see it anyway.
Indeed. So let's focus on the heroes in play.
Mm-hmm.
Then we saw SRP Check playing the Kiriko Juno combo.
Mm-hmm.
EREUS played the same, and the
Mm-hmm.
Batiste with Texel on the Batiste on Havana. But Havana is really a really great Batiste map. So probably we won't see the Batiste again from Texel.
We'll see. Yeah, I would imagine. I would imagine an honor really here, but
We know the Anna Brig combo for EREUS
exactly.
works really well. Pingu has a great Brigitte.
Mm.
And we've yet to see Volta as well. And a
Mm-hmm.
push map is a great Lucio
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah. It could also be a Volta subbing in for Pingo. We'll see. We'll see in a few seconds, I guess. Maybe. Let's have a look. Oh, and you know what? The roster is actually up to date for this map, and Volta is subbing in for Pingo.
That makes sense. They will play probably the Kiriko Lucio
Mm.
on the push map. That's
Mm.
really powerful.
Gotta go fast, I
Really
guess.
gotta go fast and be really aggressive. And we were saying Colosseum, but Colosseum, I think, is the
Apparently-
last map.
Yeah, apparently the map was switched.
The
but,
map was wrong on the FACEIT interface, and we will be
Well,
playing
it's back.
Eichenwald. No, it's up to date.
Yeah.
And so everything we just say basically was cursed by the infamous Castus curse.
Eh. I mean, okay. So apparently there's a bit of a mix-up. We'll get back. We'll get back as soon as we can. I yeah. Okay. Game is starting, so Eichenwald will be the map, and I guess that yeah for a so has the lineup changed? No, it hasn't. So with a Volta, yeah, I would guess that EREUS want to at least on first point play very aggressive and walk through that first choke as fast as they can. But we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. But yeah, with I would imagine Lars and Jasper being very aggressive, Volta pushing everyone, and Sleek being able to take top. That would be the ideal situation. We'll see if they can manage that with a very angry Reinhardt and a May in their way. Well, that is if they don't swap in the 30 seconds that lead up to the doors opening. But no, they're all there.
SRP check playing defense there in the blue side now. H Cloudy on the Rain, SXJ on the May, then back on the Symmetra. I think that's the comfort picks for the SRP check team. On the other side, Lars is baiting us with the ball. Is that the case? Will he indeed play the wrecking ball?
Yeah.
He will. Grappling to the top, really moving towards the point, but the May wall to the charge. No, he
that was
finds
too
his
close.
way. Too close for comfort indeed, and Jesper made the really long way around, and now they're applying pressure onto the point. Edge Cloudy, he has a lot to care about on every side, and he chooses to fight the wrecking ball. Nice charge, still not finding the hand.
Oh yeah. Lars really at this point really on top of his game on ball because well, it hasn't died if I'm not mistaken, and considering the firepower against him, that's pretty nice. Okay,
It's kind of difficult, I guess, for the SRP check to control this ball with May and Symmetra. Edge Cloudy going into the backside, but both supports are dead on the SRP check defense side, and now Edge Cloudy is cornered inside this little house with SXJ loss. Trying to find the May does.
Okay.
And Edge Cloudy contesting till the last second, but it is pushed from every side. Volta is back. The mines are on the point, and the first point is capped for EREUS.
Okay, EREUS really really did some work here. That's the ball from Lars is not something that we usually see except for contests. At least I don't think so. But he evidently knows his way around the little hamster, and we're already taking position on top of Castle. But SRP check is already TPing on the cart. I mean, it's reminiscent of situations that we've already seen, right?
Indeed, that's their way of playing defense. They want you to fight them on the payload with the Reinhardt. And SXJ swaps the May for the Cassidy in order to control a bit more of Jesper's Farah. Oh, nice move from Lars, coming from the back, dying on the payload. But Exol find SXJ, and that was the last member of SRP check contesting the point. Macro side, we have almost four ults online for EREUS, and to almost 4 on the SRP check side, so basically even. And oh, nice move from
Shatter.
Lars.
Oh, and the barrage. Oh, that stuff was cheeky. Oh, yeah, okay. SXJ could not quite get a kill on Jesper Swag, and we're just gonna like use ults like it's Christmas. There we go for the and yet another Kitsune on the SRP check side. No, on the EREUS side, because that was the orbital that got used from.
All
From the SRP
ults
check also.
online were
Everything has
cast
been used. So
into-
sorry about that.
Every ult online was used in this last fight, and in the end, EREUS, they're still moving forward. Now on the bridge, almost on point. Nice move from Lars using the small window to put pressure on the Baptiste.
Better not
for
die though.
ADS. That was too close for comfort for the tank of EREUS, but Jesper and Volta are wreaking havoc on the inside. Nice charge to come back on the point. Oh,
yeah.
but he's really
Bit- a
low.
bit alone
5
though.
HP, and now
Ooh.
he's down. Texel finding all the kills with the kunais 1 centimeter, and they got the second point. Dane is dead now. 3.5 minutes to go to the last
I
portion.
mean, that's a
of the
solid
map.
time back.
That's a solid time bank, and SRP check. They don't have the opportunity to come and fight on the payload this time.
Yeah, not quite. Although, I mean, I'm sure there is a mad TP here somewhere, and that was one of them already getting behind the payload. But Volta, Lars, and Sleek do not agree with this CP. And yeah, Cloudy, in the last charge. Well done. Okay, just another TP, but more like to try and ease a rotation and not be right in front of Jeff Swag when the barrage happens. That didn't prevent Dan from dying though, and yeah, so many ults used, but in the end, EREUS wins this round, with this third point, with 2 minutes 40 seconds. So Castle, like the third point, barely took them a minute.
A really nice push from EREUS, and the wrecking ball from Lars really worked against the more static team comp from SRP check. Using the mobility, they managed to prevent SRP check to take position on the payload. They only managed to do it twice, once at the very beginning of the second point and once at the very end. Both time fighting close to the doors, I guess. But yeah, really nice move from EREUS. And they're going for the same comp on the defensive side.
Ah, yes, indeed. And
That's
yeah,
unexpected.
as we've seen, like Sim TP's cooldowns aren't quite nearly short enough for SRP check to actually like over maneuver the EREUS team at this point.
Yeah,
On
the Pharah and the Sojourn and the Wrecking Ball are too
Yeah.
fast for TPs.
I mean, it only takes one, but still, I'm quite surprised that we haven't seen like a mad TP 180 slam from Cloudy. But hey, maybe that's the game.
That there is really not many opportunities to do that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of how scattered around is. Oh, nice
nice.
headshots from SXJ, finding the head of the Pharah, and the first push will be the right one for SRP check, finding all the kills. Texel falls. Volta is too late to contest. 5:45 in the time bank. That's really, really fast from SRP.
Oh yeah, they just like I was kind of wondering because like when Cloudy got Yeah, the Choki just charged in. Everyone at this RP check just followed suit, and it worked beautifully. Kind of caught the EREUS off guard.
Indeed, and now they're pushing through the door. Lars still trying to find a way, but SJ is there to prevent any shenanigans from the Wrecking Ball. Click on the top of Castle, trying to find the angle, the nice position from SRP check. Not the venture from Dan, just denying the top. Jesper finds AGS in the back lane though. Nice spam from the Para.
Oh yes, yes indeed. The Sleek, although like Sleek survived this. Oh, we're very low on the Cloudy side. There we go. Oh, Cloudy, and that's a win for EREUS for this fight. They're holding dearly to that high ground, and it definitely like is useful. Sleek just repositioned, and I think Jasper was also basically with a little tent and a sandwich on top of point. Definitely worked wonders.
And Elskerd is swapping to the Winston for easier contest.
Getting the top
of the high ground. Oh,
maybe
nice
not.
double Candy Hammer.
That was too greedy, maybe.
Hammer.
Ooh.
The beat from Bolts are keeping everybody alive. The class is very low. Texel helping Slick staying alive. Not the overclock from Slick trying to find an angle, but denied by Dane with the excavation. Bolts falls. Slick trying to find a kill, but no one is in sight, and they will have to fall back.
Yes, indeed. And again, Dan giving chase to Sleek. He doesn't want him to get in position, which is totally understandable, considering he is quite handy with that rail. Still, like the payload is timidly moving. We do have a recontest happening on the EREUS side. Jesper Swag is safe and sound, very far away from everything. Oh,
ooh, that was close. Almost getting off the map. Probably some sweat on the Jesper Swag side.
Crap! I had an extra second of cooldown. I didn't remember.
Lars still contesting, but really low. Is really wrapping around this bridge with his Wrecking Ball, but they found the kill. They managed to apply the right pressure on the EREUS side, not finding else Cloudy, but both things trading tanks. Slick nice on the assist. Denzo pushing the payload, but Sleek with the triple kill. Really nice move from the Cassidy. We didn't saw him on Cassidy yet, and that's a shame because he's really good.
He's Sleek.
He's Sleek
Well,
indeed.
I mean, that's his nickname, after all. Not that often that you see people going on to like near the little windows here. Okay, Lars trying to and succeeded, I might add, to like draw fire towards him, and Jasper Swag with a little barrage.
Okay, too high, but it's
better not die to it. Oh, too bad.
Nice right click from
very nice
Cloudy,
picks.
but that's the only kills on the SRP side. Also finding EGS to finish the cleanup, and from the 5:45 of the time bank, there's barely 1.5 minutes left. The Kitsune is online. The beat as well for the EREUS supports, while on the EREUS Cloudy side, the Kitsune is online as well, and the Primal is ready for EREUS Cloudy.
Yeah, Dan tried to get onto the payload to create a little distraction for the rest of his team, but that's not quite gonna work. Maybe the second time is a charm. I don't know if that's the word, but a Kitsune immediately used by EREUS, which Cloudy responds with a big ol' with a big old monkey ult. I'm not sure this is going to work so well though. I mean, there was also their own Kitsune, so it probably will be fine. And yes, there we go.
The payload
was-
forcing EREUS to come in sight of the SX's high noon. And the Cassidy finding double kill, Erich Cloudy swapping back to the Reinhardt for this last point. 140 on the timer, and this is really short, a short time for SRP Czech to go to
But they
the
got an
nice
excavation.
excavation.
Oh, there we go.
Finding sleep. Can he find more though? It brings
Oh yes. Oh
back
yes, they will.
Texel 2's point, and now in the last line, the last push for the SRP Czech. They will manage to contest. That is, but they're a bit short, and 110 on the time bank. SRP Czech managing to go all the way.
I mean, this was really complicated. You had Cloudy on one end, and I don't remember SXJ on the other. Oh no, damned. It was damned. So you couldn't really exit the exit spawn without getting mauled, basically. It's interesting because like you have these let's say portions of the game where SRP Czech is completely dominant. They just like go forward and everything works. And you have like other situations where EREUS definitely gives them a run for their money. I would have like for example, when Cloudy swapped to Winston, I was pretty much convinced that yeah, they would just get Castle, and that would basically be the end of it. They would get Castle and hold it, and have just one like SXJ or Damned or maybe eggs, I don't know, on the card, riding card, whereas the rest of the team would just prevent EREUS from even retaking position. But that's not what happened.
No, it was really aggressive on the defensive side, riding Lars' Wrecking Ball, and now we're into the extra innings. SRP Czech with 110 coming with the Reinhardt as well, and EREUS staying on this really mobile comp, really scattered around and diving.
Oh, better not
Lars,
die! Ooh, that was too close.
And it's Cloudy already on point, forcing EREUS to come and find him with his big old shield. And yeah, Jesper trying to come from the side. Nice TP, swift step from AGS rejoining, but Slick Lars finding the kills as Cloudy falls, and that will be it for this push.
They're so downed. Well, okay, that's not going to be a delay. That's good news for SRP Czech, because that means that they will actually get another go at this, but they'll need to go fast. Oh, okay. Well, that charge was okay, I guess.
Will they though? Yeah, they did manage to touch the point and trigger the overtime. DPS trading, but Lars is back. The Ainun from SXJ
That should give him the
to
point.
find any angle, but forcing
It's a deterrent.
yeah, forcing EREUS away from the point, and that was basically the main goal of this ult. But right now they're still fighting on the point, both teams.
Oh,
The mines.
the mines that can make something happen, maybe?
2 kills. Finding once more, and now Erich Cloudy
just
is
Cloudy.
all alone, and the barrage from Jesper closing.
half a shield doesn't fare well with a barrage.
Indeed, especially when there's a surgeon spamming it from the other side. 90% though capped from SRP Czech. That's something. And EREUS, they have, well, twice the time and some.
Yeah, give or take.
To take 90% of this point on the first attack. EREUS did struggle a bit. They took the time, but the extended fight gave them the point. Basically spamming from everywhere until defense collapsed. So SRP Czech, they will have to play a really conservative defense if they want to sustain against the aggression from EREUS.
I would say that Dan and Cloudy definitely heard you, because this should give them plenty of like these picks should give them plenty of opportunities to just be general annoyances by just being there for areas. Even though Lars has shown that yeah, he can rock a ball, so we'll see what happens when it comes to just menacing points to force SRP Czech to reposition.
SXJ trying to find the bullet on Jesper, but doesn't find target for now. And it's Cloudy. Doesn't really know where to go, and they will have to fall back on the point given Lars is already rolling around. Especially trying to find the Kiriko, but Lars is the fun to find the pick with LP falling down. SXJ in the church, and now they're fighting around the point. That's what they have to do. It's our pre-check. They have to find around this church, but Edge Cloudy falls. That's the main thing down for SRP check, and that will be it.
And that's game.
Game EREUS winning this second map, really abusing the mobility of that comp and forcing Elite Cloudy to choose where he wants to defend, and that's not something you want to do as a Rain. Oh, nice move from SXJ and not the High Noon. And the push forcing EREUS out. They had to come in contest, and that's when SXJ pressed the trigger. Really nice move for the Cassidy, but yeah, not good enough in the end. EREUS 2-1, and we're on match point from now on.
EREUS definitely looking for like out for blood, looking for revenge, and so far it's working quite well. SRP Czech at this point they have their backs to the wall, so my guess is that like one can always wonder if they were a bit like maybe fooling around a bit during these first maps. But this definitely needs to end right now if they want to still be there for the next round. So I don't know. I don't remember when SRP Czech actually fought EREUS in the regular season. But wasn't that at the very beginning when EREUS were maybe not so hot? Like in terms of they had like various difficulties just winning games. And then at some point it kind of clicked, especially like when they started. Well, they didn't win against Quick Esports, but they did a very nice match, and from then on it definitely was better.
It was last week.
Last week. Okay.
And it's a big check. The map you wouldn't believe the map pool, because EREUS won Nepal. Then it's a big check won Havana.
Sounds familiar.
It's a big check won Eichenwald 6-4 actually before winning Esperanza on the push. This time it would be Colosseo on the push map, so that was 3-1 for SRP check.
Well, at least it's not a rerun. That's cool. Because I would be mad.
And
bans are interesting.
Now the bans are really interesting because
Mercy
is banned from EREUS. Mercy is banned for SRP check, and Cassidy is banned from EREUS. That makes more sense. EREUS banning the Cassidy, but I don't get why SRP check banned the Mercy on this map, because Texel and Volta don't really didn't use that pick in the beginning.
Maybe they just they don't have anything precise in mind, and they were asked for a ban, and they said, well, hey, might as well ban something to like that nobody runs because we don't care. That's also a possibility.
Might
Maybe
be,
a bit of ego then, but that's something else entirely. Sorry.
might be, but you might as well ban Lars Zaya if you do that.
Especially when
It's
you're
cloudy. But once more,
again. Look at that rotation.
Sarpicek, yeah, they chose to invert the position once more.
What the
and come
hell?
from the back with the Reinhardt, forcing EREUS to turn around and fight the fight they don't really
They didn't really
know
expect
how
them.
to. Yeah. How do you position if they come from the back? That's not something you see that often. And that's the Sarpicek way of things, inverting positions and forcing you to fight in comfortable fights.
As a now old StarCraft player would say, special tactics.
Indeed, but in the end, the kill feed is all blue, and we saw Dan won his duel against Sleek, but that will be the only pick on the Sarpicek, and EREUS has started to push.
Indeed, we're getting into the first straight line, getting into the open. That is a very nice defensive position for Sarpicek if they can hold it, and I think they will. Okay, Cloudy already getting in there, pushing back EREUS, and EREUS respecting that and not pushing their luck.
Indeed, LH Cloudy finding Jesper on the start of the night. Matrix from EGS keeping everybody alive and finding the edge of Lars at the very last second in the fight. Now Texel is soon to be gone, and Sarpicek using only Matrix, they managed to win this fight, and they're going to take the advantage.
Yeah, they're probably gonna catch up. There we go. That's almost done. We do have a Bob though that could be used very last second. No, that's already too late.
Oh, nice!
Ooh, will be
Nice.
false from sleep.
Really nice shot from Lee. Careful, Jesper, as Cloudy finding the venture again. Really nice move from Sarpicek, just waiting the bubble out, and then Edge Cloudy charges Jesper as he has no more
No bail.
cooldown, no more move cooldowns basically, no more mobility.
Oh,
The Shattered didn't find any target, but nice blizzard.
Lars, bunny hopping to just get away from that blizzard.
He had to,
Yeah.
but the Bub and the Excavation finding the kills on the EREUS side. Jesper managing to escape Escaldi. This time, nice charge, but nice craft for Jesper. Not good enough, though.
Nice hammer. Although,
Nice hammer.
although, yeah, Taxel basically on cleanup duty here. Who gets the last hits on a few kills, which will enable EREUS to just get back in there and take the lead. And as soon as they take the lead, they just vanish and I guess to just like get into management mode at this point. They don't have many ults, so that they know that this is a very dicey position to be in with the high ground and everything in favor of Sarpicek at this point.
And the first pick is on Jesper. Once more, Texel dying immediately after casting the Kitsune. Dan finding all the kills with the Excavation and the giant drill machine. And Sarpicek will take the league back. That's really a back and forth game on this push map.
Yes, indeed. And for Sarpicek, we're gonna be a bit more confident because we're already on top, and we do have, well, first an entry pick on Sleek, but also a very nice Matrix to basically deny the top for EREUS, which means that we're on Sarpicek side, we're probably gonna be able to just wail at EREUS and maybe secure forward spawn. I wouldn't be this definitely looks like a forward spawn.
They will,
There we go.
and they have the Blizzard to secure it if need be. Texel find AGS though, and then the blizzard is used by SXJ, but maybe too little too late. He only finds Texel before falling, and Cloudy all alone now, and he won't be able to find any more kills. EREUS now has to basically deny the forward spawn. That's the first goal, and then they will have to find some way to crawl back.
I
Really
guess.
low.
Oh,
Nice beat from
down goes the
both.
beat. Very interesting. There we go. We are going to be able to give chase. Dand dies quite on the spot. And now Jesper might be able to deny some top also. Oh, that's very nice. The SXJ bites the dust. And LH Cloud is now a bit too lonely for him, for his own good. Well,
And EGS falling last. Jesper swap on the Pharah really effective from the get-go. Be it on defense and then on the push side, then denying the push a bit. Yeah, finding some time for the rest of his team to come back, and now Alexcody dive from the
maybe a
bridge
nice
on Lars.
shatter there. There
Nice
we go.
shot. I just waited
Right
the
in
bubble
the
out.
middle.
Just waited for the bubble to time out and then shattered the hell out of the EREUS lineup. Team kill, and SRP check is back in control of the TS1.
Yes, the good news for EREUS is that they really like allowed their TS1 to make a good chunk of the way before even like unlocking forward spawn. So could have been definitely was. Oh, that grab. Oh, that was a bit cheeky and that didn't work. Eggs and LP definitely on point, saving the rest of the team. Will that be enough now? Oh, we do have like so many eliminations for SRP check. I think that the TS1 is just going to continue. We do have swaps for EREUS now, with Lars getting back on the ball because apparently it worked quite well on Iconval. So
Yeah, they're back
maybe it
on
works in calls here.
they're back on their icon vault comp, but the excavation from them maybe finding something. No, there's not many ground base. Heroes
Ooh.
on the combat X finding. Yes, in fact the bat is really working for the SRP check support.
Oh,
And now Dan denying big position, and
Twice!
TS1 is pushing
Same spot.
across the bridge. Twice same spot indeed.
Like I know you're gonna you want to get there because it's the juiciest spot you can use. So hey, you know what? I'm gonna bully you. Okay.
And now the barricade is across the bridge. The barrage not finding any kills, just forcing Edge Cloudy to move. The Blizzard now on the point. Oh, nice rocket from Jesper Swag, but it can't find a kill. It's almost goal for the SRP check team.
And with Matrix to boot. Oh,
Nice.
oh,
Nice
SXJ doing so much work. Oh, will it? The third one. 1, 2, 3.
One
There we go.
1, 2, 3 picks. FXJ really popping off on the end of Colosseo. SRP check winning this fourth map, and we're bound to the last one. 2-all. SRP check really in control, and we will see SXJ last move, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah, that's it.
like
for
that
now.
wall. Like, had he missed
It-
Bolzer, it would have been okay, because he would have gotten him in the end.
Indeed, he wasn't expecting to find Volz's head on this right click because he walled
maybe.
he walled him beforehand. But quickly removing the wall and then finding 2 more kills. Really nice play from SXJ. SRP check, yeah, equalizing once again, 2-2, and we're going to the last map. I think will be Flashpoint, yes, because that's a mode we didn't see yet. Yeah, we saw Hybrid on Icon, but yeah, that's Flashpoint as the decider map, and you said Suravasa it will be.
Well, if anything, like if the FACEIT interface is to be believed, yes, they're currently banning heroes, and yeah,
So
SRP check turn to vote 10 seconds. So yeah, we'll be out there momentarily. Very nice game from SRP check on also though.
indeed, they managed to find their way, pushing
Mm.
the barricade all the way to the end with a bit more than a minute remaining on the timer. So a really nice push from the SRP Czech team. And the EREUS lineup struggling to find a way to counter this Rain May combo. And Dan's really being the flanker on the
Yeah.
venture, harassing. We saw him harassing Slick on the top side of things. We saw him being the aggressor, and also EGS on the Batties,
Oh yeah, doing work.
doing
Definitely.
lots of damage. We can basically deny the last grab from Lars, finding tank, and then the Farah of Jesper Swag in the air. So really nice game from EGS as well.
But yeah. I mean, I guess that one of the things that that really like set this game apart from like games where areas are a bit more successful is that they were always under pressure, but especially Sleek. Like what we've seen in so many games that we've casted for like for weeks at this point is that in general like Sleek kind of always finds a way to get first pick very consistently, and I don't think it has been the case during this whole series. It's very it's very rare at this point. And then when on top of everything, like on top of that, you have a player of the enemy team that just like haunts you basically, or haunts you, probably a bit of both. It's a bit complicated to handle, I guess.
And SRP Czech banning the Wrecking Ball areas, banning the Juno.
I wonder why.
So, SRP Czech, they learned from Eichenwald and decided they did not want Lars basically rolling around the map. So we would probably see Lars on his signature Junker Queen. But Junker Queen is not that efficient against Reinhardt. So let's see if they choose to run maybe the Zarya Venture once more.
Well, there's a Zarya, there is a Venture.
That's a Zarya Venture. That's
I recognize the pattern.
But they have to be careful, that is, because on Colosseo, we saw SRP Czech really respecting the bubbles and waiting them out, then finding Jesper Swag. So Jesper Swag will have to be more careful regarding his movement abilities, cooldowns, to manage to escape the charges from LH Cloudy.
Indeed. Yeah, that's not going to be quite obvious. Okay, both teams getting to the staircase because, well, that's where you want to be. Damned already kind of in the back lane. Oh, nice isolation with that wall, but yeah, okay, short-lived because there was mostly all of the EREUS team there.
Oh, and Jesper.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, we have a substitution. Faye Jake is in on the Lucio for SRP Czech, and the kills are all for the red team. EREUS back in the red, and they cap the first point. Well, they get the first cap on the first point of the market. Nice position from Jesper, just waiting for SRP Czech to come back, but SRP Czech, they go through the main door. Edge Cloudy, nice charge, nice wall. And that's it for Volta. Last really low, has to fall back. Nice charge once more. Nice bubble. Can wait it out. Oh, the charge. too close to the wall. It couldn't wait for the bubble to expire before crushing into the wall. That gave loss lots of charge.
Oh, indeed. But at the end, I mean, we got a very seriously aggressive SR peak check with a lot of charges and a Cloudy that was basically like unstoppable, and yet we're at 90% for EREUS, and flip hasn't happened yet. There's a good wall. Maybe we can take loss for a SR peak check, but no. Kitsune has been used, and now there's a lot of pressure on Cloudy. That's not gonna be easy to get out of this. There we go, nicely done. The Blizzard that won't quite guarantee any contest. And, oh, yeah. I'm not sure about this.
That's all she wrote for SRP check. The Blizzard didn't find its way into EREUS' hold of the point. And the next flashpoint will be Garden, as the narrator says.
Exactly. And we do have a grab for EREUS. We do have a bro shield and almost a bomb. So that's a very nice old bank. Although on SRP check, on this RP check side, we're definitely good too. With the Kitsune, basically a bro shield and a shatter to come.
Jesper rising inside in the
greedy.
middle of the. That was the one before, basically, for the Venture, and it couldn't manage to stay alive. The second point will be for SRP check at first. EREUS, they have all the tools to take it back, though. They have the Bob, they have the Gravity Surge. And here comes Slick's Bob. Nice wall to block it. Lars on the other side, though. The Kitsune for AGS. Nice grab.
All those going down,
from
basically.
Bolsa, from Payjack as well. And no one goes down yet. Jesper does. AGS does too. Nice. Pexel saving Slick's ass on this Dane aggression. And Elish Cloudy will fall Payjack as well. And the flip is occurring from EREUS. 75% though.
Yeah, I mean that's always kind of the deal on Flashpoint maps. Like if you lose first fight, you know you're like at best you're gonna get into your next fight at like 40-45%, and depending on how it's thrown out, it can go up to like 80. Okay, Kitsune that has been used from EREUS to give them a little bit of oomph. Nice wall to try and shield the SRP check from all the damage. But at this point, yeah, it's going to be a bit complicated. That's a very tough nut to crack. Okay, Cloudy charges in, but that was maybe a bit too ambitious. Can we get something from that though? The Blizzard has been invested. That will be a flip, but it's a bit complicated. We have most EREUS teammates still there that just like waited that out basically.
And they wait the Blizzard out.
But Cloudy
is back with the nice charge.
Oh,
to the point he fell. Nice move from Bolsa, finding Dan as well, and all the kills of the EREUS team. And that will probably be it. Can LH Cloudy touch? I think they will be a bit short. I think they just swap the Tracer. He has to charge right now.
He knows the charge button.
He won't.
Oh, maybe. There. Okay, the Bob gets used to protect the way on EREUS side. Dan trying his best to excavate Sleek, but that will be for naught. And a lot of pressure again on Cloudy, who remains on the battlefield, but he's the only one.
Yeah, SRP check. They managed to draw 2 ults out of EREUS, but Dan and Fake Jake had to commit theirs as well. SXJ's is back on the May. All the charge he got on the Tracer is gone, so he won't have a Blizzard for the time being. And we have an excavation and a Graviton Surge on the EREUS side. Here comes the gravity surge. Maybe we can find the kill.
Oh,
Not too much pressure.
man,
Nice,
no.
nice from EGS. Finding the Ash on the top of that building. And
okay,
nice
okay.
wall. Jesper is all around the point though.
Why is it still
Nice.
happening? Ah, crap. There we go. Excavation now from Jesper. Can he make something happen? Oh, we're very low here. Cloudy takes Lars. Yeah, that's going to be a hold for SRP check. Who managed to cap in the interfight?
They finally brought this extended fight to an end and managing to cap the point, but that's what does all the ults are gone from SRP check, and the Kitsune is ready for Texel. That will be the weapon of choice for EREUS.
There we go.
Here we go. Cloudy has to fall back. Nice wall, but it will not be long for.
We do have a
It's a
blizzard
big
incoming though.
blizzard.
I think Jason will probably going to get protected, and if the situation gets a bit dicey, there we go. Blizzard is out. That's going to slow areas down. That's for sure.
2 kills found. Lars
Actually
is done.
killed.
Jesper as well, and SRP check. They will have the third point. Not yet. They're not. What do we say to the god of death? Not
Not yet.
today. Not,
Not
today. Not on this point. 2-1 EREUS. SRP check still fighting for their life, and they will go to the palace for this fourth point of the Ravassa.
Yeah, EREUS will beat them to the punch, so that means that they get to position a bit before SRP check actually walks into the point. We do have a beat to try and weather the aggression, but on the other end now the Kitsune is on SRP check's side, so that's probably going to be very important to use. There we go. Initiation with this Kitsune. We already got Boltzer, which means that there is no beat also. And yeah, I think that they're gonna get away with it basically. Ooh, that was too close. But Lars and
The
Jesper.
Bob. Lars and Jesper finding the kill. Lars waiting for the Bob. They have both their ults. Nice bubble, finding lots of charge. The gravity surge is on the excavation as well, and the kills, they're all for the red team. EREUS will get the first cap on this fourth point.
Oh, and that's very important. At this point, SRP Check really do have their backs against the wall. They need to make something happen, and they need to make it happen now. Oh, interesting. Hello, Jesper.
Nice move from them. Nice wall. Will Jesper be able to evade? He will. Nice bubble. That was really close for the venture.
Cloudy
But
getting in.
all the ults are on the SRP check. Both beats are invested. And then we'll find Texel and Slick. That will be the point, I guess, for SRP check. That's it. Jesper finding the trade on fake jack, but that will be it. 60%. A blizzard, a Kitsune, and a shatter. That's what SRP check has to keep the dream alive, and the fight against EREUS still going. On the EREUS side, we have the Kitsune for Texel, and that's it.
Oh, Cloudy. He's looking to do something cheeky. Might not be able to. Okay, pressure is already put on by Jesper Swag, but will that be enough? Kitsune, what do you do in that case? Okay, reverse Kitsune basically from SRP check. Everything is on the line at this point. They need to make something happen. It's happening right now. There we go. Oh no! Oh, very nicely done. Nicely bubbled from Lars. And well, we're still holding for dear life on this point for SRP
The
check.
shatter didn't connect. Now the blizzard is on last falls. The Bob is stopped right before the point. Volta has to contest. but he's all alone, and it's XJ trying to find the angle. That's it. No,
Oh.
Slick touches the point. Nice relay though from Volta. Can Lost come back in time? I don't think so. The excavation is on from Jesper. He's on the point. The bubble is there as well. EREUS, they're still fighting on this point.
I mean, yeah, the fight is still going on. We're gonna have new overtime has kicked in, but there we go.
The
Flip for
is
EREUS.
there. Flick is on the Farah. That's something we never saw.
I mean, yeah, it was probably kind of a last minute change, but yeah, that's not usually what we want. Well, what we see rather. Okay, Kitsune has been invested. Everyone vacate the point. Don't kill Sleek. Sleek takes downs. That's a very nice grab, but it's also a very nice fall because all that SRP check team is probably going to be able to survive that. Oh, but Cloudy is getting very low, dangerously low. And there we go. Texel takes the kill on Cloudy and Eggs, which means 3-1 or 3-2, 3-2 and 3-2.
That's it for this map. We'll see Texel play of the game. He deserved it. I hope it's the last kill. It is. Very nice healing. And then the kunais finding Cloudy and the head of his counterpart. 3-2 EREUS. SRP check is out of this FACEIT Masters League, and EREUS lives on and will face the loser of Cross Tails versus 0907, which means we're still going to see more games from EREUS, and that's nice.
I'm so sad. But yeah, let me try that interface. That interface is my bane.
3-2 EREUS. A very nice fight from both teams. That was really a match for the ages. Both teams fighting till the end. They went all the way to the last point of the best of 5. And in the end, EREUS, they took the win, riding Jespers and Texel on the last point, who did most of the work. Nice bubbles from Lars as well. And in the end, EREUS, they stay alive and go. That will be the loser bracket semi-final, I guess.
I think yeah, exactly, because it was quarterfinals this time. And they'll be facing 0907 March 31st. 8 p.m.
0907, that will be next Monday, and obviously broadcast on this
channel.
On this channel. Yeah, Cross Tails Esport won 3-1 against 0907, so they will be facing EREUS on and Quick Esport won 3-0 against TA.
Okay, interesting, because like if I remember correctly, TA didn't drop a single series, and I don't think even a single map. but okay.
So that will be it for us for today. Thank you for watching this game with us. It was really exciting. And in the end, the home team wins, and that's what it's all about.
Indeed. I guess that the idea is also that we pick an MVP, because that's basically the tradition. Which like, who would you want as an MVP?
For Well, uh, it's always difficult because EREUS has such teamwork.
Mhm.
I guess I'm a Texel fanboy. You all know that if you already saw me cast areas. So
Mm,
Texel for the last move um, did
mm,
uh, really really good game overall. But I think Lars this time not really shining, but doing all the good moves with the
mm,
Zarya and using his bubble to the max.
mm.
I think, yeah, probably Lars or Texel. Let me flip a coin in my head. That will be Lars.
Okay, okay. I mean, I must admit, yeah, it's a bit like more of a yeah, kind of silent hero kind of situation with yeah, basically Lars being consistent and being the anchor point that their team, well, his team needs. But yeah, yeah, I would agree. I was basically half and half with him or Texel anyway, so I guess because like Texel did some like solid work throughout. So, but yeah, let's say that this one comes like goes to last.
This one goes to Lars. Next one may go to Texel if he continues to play as well as he did today. And we'll see more of Eris in this lower brackets of the FACEIT Masters League next week, next Monday, 8 p.m. on this very channel against 0907. Mark your calendars. It's going to be a really good game as well.
Oh yes, and yeah, if we don't, well, like if even the hardware complies, it can only get even better. Like right, Lars and Jesper.
Let's hope so.
Anyhow, see you all, everyone.
See you. Have a good one.